Hello everyone, my name is Kiran. Welcome to the Cloud Padashala channel. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click on bell icon. Whenever new video, you will get the notification. And if you like my videos, please like and comment below. Thank you. And it's a Azure Cloud job interview question and answers related video 3. And in this video, we are going to discuss about Azure Storage account related interview questions, guys. Azure Storage account. Okay, first of all, from basic to some of the advanced level, also we'll try to uh, discuss about that interview question and answers also. And some of the things you can search it yourself and get the answers also. So everything it's I'm going to cover mostly, but it's you can search yourself and learn the things. And first of all, first question is how many types of Azure storage accounts is available? Azure storage accounts is available. Try to understand, guys. So many persons or members will say, and storage accounts, whenever it's mentioned, they will simply say is a blob storage, file storage, and table storage, queue storage, like that. They will say, no, I'm talking about storage accounts. Storage accounts is a totally different types is available, like general purpose version 2 and version 1, general purpose version 1, and blob storage, file share, and page blob. Like that, storage accounts is available. Even practically, I can show you here. You can see when I'm trying to create a storage accounts, and it's you can see here whenever I select the standard, by default I will get the general purpose version 2 storage account. And coming to whenever I am going to select the premium, and we can see storage premium account type is a blobs, file share, and page blobs. Previously, version 1 is available. Nowadays, we can't deploy the version 1, and it's a by default when is trying to deploy, we'll get it version 1. Otherwise, we won't get it. And we can see the here. So totally is a general purpose version 2 storage account, version 1 storage account, block blobs, file share, and page blobs. Totally 5 types of storage account, guys. And coming to next question, what is the difference between standard and premium? So standard means, like backend Microsoft using HDD based storage and providing the to us. So it's won't provide the much performance. Generally, huge amount of data we can store it, but it won't provide the best performance for us. So if you very less latency and high performance you required, we should go with the premium. Why? Because of it's a backend Microsoft using SSD based storage. Due to that, we'll get the good performance for that. That is a difference here. And other than that, so uh, like redundancy. Next question is a redundancy types. What are the different types of redundancy or replication types in Azure storage account? So we know the things like LRS, GRS, ZRS, ZRS, like that. It's a different types of replication types is available, guys. So if I'm going to select it standard, and we can see the all option LRS, GRS, ZRS, GZRS. Additionally, it's a tick mark means RA. So it's applicable to RA and RA like that. Different types of replications is available. Generally in interview they will ask us to like explain between the differences sometimes. Okay, and you should explain the differences between these things. And on this one more question, suppose, and it's I'm going to use the G, Z, or S. So that means what exactly how it will happen, and what exactly replication. Generally, we know the thing in the primary region, 3 copies into 3 zones. Zone 1, 1 copy. Zone 2, 1 copy. Zone 3 is a one more copy. What about other region, second region? The 3 copies will be same, remains like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, like that, or it's a single zone only. It's a 3 copies is available. 1, 2, 3 copies is available. Single zone only is a 3 copies is available. It's a right answer is a in the single zone only 3 copies is available in the second region. Primary region 3 copies into 3 different zones. That is about GZRS. If you go with the GRS or RAGRS means it's a primary region 3 copies is the single zone only. 1, 2, 3 is a single zone, as well as second region also same like that it will happen. But now question is, if I'm like failover, unfortunately it's a failover, primary region is a down. Second region, if it is a failover, second region it's a failover. So what type of replication option will get it? Still will get the GZRS or only is a LRS? So answer is a LRS. Answer is LRS only will get it, guys. No, after that, again, it's a primary region. If it is a up, it automatically fail over again to primary region? No, it won't fail over like that. It won't fail over like that. So I don't want LRS. Again, I want is a something GRS. Is it possible to change it? That LRS to GRS? Yes, it's a possible, guys. It's a possible. That region, it's obviously supporting most of the all regions supporting the GRS. So you will get the GRS. Is it possible to change the ZRS? So no, that's not possible. That's not possible at all. To LRS to ZRS, it's not possible. Like this is some logic behind that, and we need to understand. So accordingly, we can able to answer these questions and understanding the things also. Okay. So this is a one thing we need to understand the replication types, guys. And next, it's so what is the difference between the hot, cool, cold archive? So recently, Microsoft is a released. Previously is a hot, cool, and archive is available. Recently, it's a one more option. It's a called cold. Cold also is available. First of all, try to understand the this generally in interview they will ask you what is the differences between this hot, cool, archive, cold, or what are the access types is available in Azure storage account. Like that, anyway they will ask you this question. Hot means the data is online. Online means it's we can able to access anytime, frequently access the data, and read and write operation will perform it and frequently. And cool. Cool means it's a generally infrequently access the data. Generally, it's online version only. Again, it's a we can do the read and write and other operations also we can perform it. And minimum 30 days of data, old data, we can call as a cool. And cold, recently it's introduced. What exactly? It's a minimum 90 days of the data. That is infrequently access the data only. It's again online version only, and it's very quickly we can able to access, read and write and everything we can do it. But archive means is offline version of data, totally offline version of data. And whenever we required the data, we need to retrieve it. We need to retrieve back, so that only we can get it. And it depends on the retrieve type we are going to use it. Accordingly, that cost is applicable. Accordingly, that data also quickly will get it. Okay, so there are two types of retrieve types is available. You can look into that. That is your task to find out what type of retrieve types and how much speed of retrieve speed it's a defined it Microsoft in their documentation. You can refer it. Okay, so coming to these are the different types of access types, guys. Coming to cost wise also might be they will ask you. And yeah, obviously archive data if you store it. And hot means generally storing the data cost high, but access the data cost is a low. But cool is compared to hot, storing the data cost is a low, but access tier cost is a high. That means access means read and write operation related. Cold also same thing compared to cool, and cold is a storage the cost is a less sorry high, and access cost is a very high compared to cool. And archive, it's compared to hot, cool, and cold, and storing the cost is a very less. And but access tier, that means access tier means you need to retrieve it, and after that you need to access it. So it's kind of totally its a cost is going to very high. So whenever retrieve it, you need to convert to the hot or cool something access tag. After that only you can get the data and you can able to access that data, read and write and operations we can able to do it. That is the differences here, guys. And next question is, generally we'll get it like example, one real-time example. Suppose uh, one of my SAP application I'm migrating in Azure platform, and my SAP application team asking, and they don't want is a SMB file share. SMB file share they don't want. Actually, SAP recommendation wise, it's a required the NFS file share. Network file system is a required. So in Azure platform, NFS file storage is available or not? First question. If yes, yes, answer is a yes. But how to get it? NFS file share. Where is that option is available? So generally, NFS file share is not available under standard storage. And we should go with the premium. Premium also file share. We should deploy the file storage. We need to deploy it, guys. File share, we need to deploy it. So that in the file share, whenever we are creating the share, and we'll get the option and we can select the NFS. So that option will get it the whenever we select the premium storage account only, will file share. At that time only we'll get it NFS. Otherwise, we won't get it, guys. That is a pretty sure. And next question. So there is a one more. How many? Like next question is a very basic, and again, it's generally everyone knows this question. What are the different types of storage services is available? Like we know, blob storage, file storage, and table storage, and queue storage. Again, under blob, block blobs, append blobs, and page blob is available. And additionally, one more service is a data lake storage account. Data lake storage. These many storage services is available. So, like might be they will ask you what is a block blob, what purpose, and append blob, what is the purpose, page blob, what is the purpose, why only that page blob for storing the virtual machine disk, why only it's locks into append blobs. Like that, you will get the different questions. Okay, so sometimes they will ask you, okay, table storage is a no SQL type of database kind of table storage, and why can't go with the Cosmos DB, and what is the difference between the table storage to Cosmos DB or any NoSQL database wise. So you can see that is a way also you will get the questions. Table storage also it's kind of NoSQL storage like that we can use it. And for storing the column rows and columns wise, we can store that data. And it's a compared to Cosmos DB and everything, it's a very less cost and depends on the requirement, application requirement. Reduce the cost wise, we can go with the table storage. No, if it is a specific requirement wise only, we can go with the Cosmos DB or any other NoSQL database wise. Okay, and table storage support the .NET, LINQ libraries and other things. Blah blah. You can refer it and you can get the idea. Okay, that is a uh, answer for that. And what is the difference between the blob and data lake storage? So blob storage without namespace, hierarchical namespace, without hierarchical namespace wise, will get it the blob storage. But in the data lake, we'll get it the hierarchical namespace. Especially hierarchical namespace means is a kind of directory structure. It's a kind of directory structure. In which scenario, which places will use it? Big data and analytics purpose will use the data lake. Blob storage generally for storing the like huge amount of data, any unstructured data we can store purpose. Blobs will use it, but majorly data lake for big data and analytics purpose, and the names hierarchical namespace wherever is required at that places only data lake storage account will use it. So that is a way we can answer for that. And the next is a yeah. So access tag is completed, and yes, suppose one more question real time. Suppose I have some data in my blob storage or file share, And unfortunately, one of my application team is a delete some data. Is it possible to retrieve it? And like if it is a possible, how to retrieve it? What are the different ways we can retrieve the data? Yes, basically storage account. Under that, there is options. Soft delete option is available. If it is enabled for blob and file share, yes, depends on the number of days. It's a define it accordingly. We can retrieve it within the that number of days. Basically, by default is a 7 days, and maximum is a 365 days. We can keep it. And in between time, if it is a what days we mentioned, 7 days, suppose within the 7 days we know the things and report it to the user and retrieve the data, yes, is a possible. After 7 days, it's not possible because of it's going to permanently delete it. That's the reason we can retrieve it. Even blob containers also, entire container also we can retrieve it with including the data. That is a one method. It's a by default option, soft delete. But other than that, it's a file share also. Yes, same soft delete is option is available under file share also. We can retrieve it. Number of days we defining accordingly, we can retrieve it. Okay. And there is any other option. Suppose I'm not enable the soft delete for that. And any backup is enabled for my blob storage or it's a file share. If it is enabled, yes, from that also we can retrieve the data. Using the backup also, we can retrieve the data, guys. That is another option. Okay, somebody can ask you, this is like table storage I have, and a huge amount of data is available. There is no backup enabled, and there is no soft delete for table storage. But how to retrieve it in this scenario? There is a option called AG copy. That is a question generally we'll get it. Answer is a AG copy. Using that, we can maintain the copy of table storage. Table storage also, we can maintain the copy and using the AG copy command line. That is a possible, guys. And next question is, what is the difference between service endpoint and private endpoint? Generally, most of the time, most of the places you will get this question. What is a service endpoint and private endpoint? Service endpoint, it's kind of Microsoft is providing securely communicating the Azure services with the Microsoft backbone network. Microsoft backbone network, through that we can able to securely access the that particular Azure services like Azure storage account, Azure SQL, or Key Vault, like PaaS services. Most of the PaaS services supporting the service endpoint. And using that, we can able to access this data is a specifically Microsoft backbone network. Securely, it's a communicating, and we can able to access the data. What about private endpoint? Private endpoint, it's a dedicated one private API network interface card for that service, and we can able to access the data from our virtual network. What we deploy the virtual network, private network, from that we can able to access the data. And second thing, in the private endpoint, advantage is suppose you have using the hybrid cloud. From your on-premises, you want access the that storage account securely in your within the network wise. Yes, because of in the private endpoint, there is a DNS is available, private DNS zone. This private DNS zone integrated with the your on-premises DNS, and due to that, we can able to access them that storage account through network within our organization network. Through that, we can able to communicate it. Name relation also it will happen. That is the advantage of private endpoint. Service endpoint, we can't able to access from our on-premises. There is option is available, but it's a majorly it's by default we can't able to access it. Okay, that is a way we can mention. That is a difference here. And now one real-time question on this. Generally, these questions and real-time question is suppose I have a some services in the different network. My storage account is is available. Now I want is that service I want to access from that particular network. In this scenario, you can go with the service endpoint or private endpoint. So mostly is going to private endpoint and created that private endpoint to the respect to destination network, and it's integrated with the private DNS zone. Due to that, we can able to access. Same like I have two virtual networks, two different networks, and these two networks is not communicating well. I'm not established. Same storage account I required in the development, I required in the production. Example. Okay, now same single storage account only, I want to access it, but I don't have any communication between the prod and development. Okay, but this is the development environment I tested, and storage account I deployed it in the separate subscription, and everything is available. But without any communication again to development's environment, still I want to communicate to the development storage account, access it. So in this scenario also, we can say private endpoint, and using that we can able to access the data. That is also private endpoint answer we can give it. So most of the scenarios will go with. So this is a way we can answer for that. And next, what else? Can you explain about AG copy command lines? Command line is like syntax. So first of all, how to use it? So obviously we need to download the AG copy command line related. It's a .exe, some application we need to download it. No need to install it, and keep it the some path. And whenever we are going to open the command prompt, that specific path we need to define it. After that, command is a syntax like this: AG copy space copy and space and provide the source and space and destination. If it is a multiple folders and data on that is available, in this scenario we should use the -hyphen recursive equal to true, so that all the including hierarchy manner, or it's what are the files folder under that it's a thing, everything it's going to um, copy from source to destination. That is a way it will happen, guys. That is a syntax we can define it, we can mention. And coming to yeah, suppose one of the question, like I want a data lake generation to storage account, how to deploy it? So we know the options here, you can see here. Whenever we are trying to deploy it, here I'm trying to deploy the storage account. Suppose I'm giving the unique name, globally unique name we should provide it, guys. Just randomly I'm typing here, and next advanced. Under that option, there is a hierarchical namespace is available. We should enable it. We should enable it. So right now it's a file share. Due to that option, it's not showing. Only standard. If you go to the standard, obviously it will show to you. So you can see enable hierarchical namespace, and a hierarchical namespace again will get to the SFTP, secure file transfer protocol. Also we can enable it, and we can create a local user accounts and provide the access. Other than that, it's a network file system also will get it. That is a NFS version 3 will get it under that hierarchical namespace. That means data lake storage. Under that we can get it. These two options. Okay. And other than that, suppose this is a standard. I want is a premium data lake storage. Why? Because of my data is a like huge amount of data. I require the more performance when I'm doing the analytics. So there is any option in the premium. So if you go to page blob, there is no option. Okay, it's showing the current combination. It's a performance and application doesn't support it. That future is not doesn't support it. Okay, and if I'm going to suppose is a file share, even this is a one, it won't support it. You can see, guys, it won't support it. So is it possible to data lake generation too in the premium? Yes, that is a we need to select the block blobs. Whenever we select the premium account type is a block blobs, and go to the advanced, and we can see the enable name hierarchy namespace. That is a way again we'll get it the data lake generation too. With the premium wise we'll get it, guys. With the premium wise we'll get it. Okay. And what is the difference between the generation 1 generation 2 wise also they will ask you. Most of the latest all the features is available in generation 2, and generation 1 all older version of the storage account. And like how is the what are the new features, like it's a website posting in the storage account, that is a possible. And access types also, like hot, cool, cold, and archive, these all options you will get it in the version 2. And like data, yeah, I will come with that in another question wise. Other options, so many data protection wise, and like snapshot and versioning, and these many options will get it in the version 2. Okay, what is the difference between the snapshot and versioning also? Might be you will get it this question also. In this case, snapshot is a kind of manually we have to take it the particular file level and we have to go and take the snapshot. But versioning, whenever we enable it, any modification made it and automatically that version it will create it. So how is a GitHub is a versioning it's a creating same like here also versioning is a automatically it will create it guys. So but the cost is a like compared to like it's increased because of versioning and snapshot it's utilizing the storage, obviously its cost also going to high. Okay, so these are the difference it's things. And what else, what other questions I'm thinking guys. And yeah, most of the interview questions I covered it what in my mind right now, and all the questions I covered here. If you have, if I'm not covered something you feel and might be you face different questions, you can comment below, and it's really helpful to our subscribers or viewers. Thank you, have a nice day. We'll meet with the next one more video. Thank you guys.